Do you also sit for hours at the desk and feel how your shoulders stiffen more and more and your back starts to burn? I think we all know that too well. Today I will show you my 2 best Liebscher Bracht exercises to open the shoulders and release tension in the back. I'm working with Ina today, and we will show you how to improve your flexibility. Let's start right away. We are doing the first exercise on the wall, but you can also do it on the floor, on a mat. Women often say, "It hurts me in the chest," and that's why I prefer the wall. That's why we show it on the wall. Yes? So men could do it on the mat. Okay, go in front of the wall, please stand like Ina, and we will start with the right side. First, take your arm at shoulder level and walk straight towards the wall. Yes? And then you go from here 1/3 of 90 degrees upwards, namely 30 degrees. So from here to up here is divided into thirds. First third, second third, third third, and that is exactly the angle we need now. And then you lean your shoulder against the wall, try to lay the shoulder against the wall, and you've gone a bit on tiptoe. That changes the angle, right? Stay down there. Exactly. Did you just see that? It was good that it happened. Then you can avoid the mistake at home, okay? Because here it is 30 degrees, but go up again, Ina. Now the angle changes, we no longer have the 30 degrees, so stay down. Correct? Stay down. And now you turn to the left without letting the hand drop. Turn to the left, and then you'll feel the stretch here, along the arm, into the shoulder, all the way into the chest. And then go in more and more, keep breathing, and with each decrease in stretching, when the intensity drops a bit, turn a little further in. And we'll just let that happen for now. Breathing beautifully and always trying to go further, try to go a little further in. And then we start with the strength training. This consists of pushing the wall away with your hand as hard as possible, pressing against the wall. Press firmly against the wall. Press firmly against it. A little more and a little more. Now release and continue to go further into the stretch. We're opening up this entire area in the front. Why is it so tense in most people? Because we always have our arms in front at the keyboard. When we eat, our arms are always here. They are very rarely here, and we want to make up for that. And then your shoulders are already feeling much better, and your neck too, and your upper back too. It is completely astonishing what happens there when that area is too short. And again, press against the wall again, relax, and go even further into the stretch. Okay, that's it for the right side. Now we switch over to the left, continue straight ahead. Immediately switch to the left, take the left arm horizontally. Yes, but first take it horizontally. I would recommend, first, look at your body. That's horizontal now. Then lift to the right. Where are the 30 degrees? Yes, wonderful. That's pretty accurate. Shoulder to the wall, and now you turn to the right. Head goes to the right, torso goes to the right. Wonderful. Do you notice how the color of the t-shirt harmonizes with the wall? Has nothing to do with the exercise now, but just occurred to me. And first take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and go a little further in the exhale. The intensity is very important. The secret of our exercise is to find the right intensity. Not too little, but also not too much. And not too much is just barely tolerable. Just a feeling of comfortable pain. You must avoid having to endure stress. I always say whoever comes out of an exercise and says, "I can't anymore," has gone too far. He either had to hold where the strength was lacking, but much more often he did too much, too high intensity, and eventually you can't take it anymore. And you must always remember, it must be like a wellness vacation. That must simply be fun. Stretching must be fun. If it's not fun, you'll stop sooner or later, and that would be a real shame. Therefore, the right intensity is the whole secret. And now you press with your left arm, with your left hand as hard as possible against the wall. Press on it, it's not moving yet. Press firmly, press even harder and a little more, release gently and continue stretching. And again, press firmly against it. Press firmly against it, release gently and continue into the stretch. Continue stretching further. Look, I am standing in the corner right now. You can also do the same in the corner. And that is brilliant because it opens simultaneously on the left and simultaneously on the right. But you don't always have a corner. Later I will show you another trick, how to have a corner without a corner. Stay tuned. Press firmly and then release gently and go a little further into the stretch. A little further in. Yes. Take a deep breath in and out and do one last strength training session, okay? You push and push more and push a little more, relax and continue to stretch. Yes, and always try to be as close as possible to the wall with the left shoulder. Ideally, she even touches the wall, right? But it's not always possible. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but that would be perfect. And then slowly out. So we have already stretched a lot of areas. In front, the chest elongated. Here, muscles that run into the arm elongated. You must feel the difference from before. Give a thumbs up if you already feel different after this exercise. And write a comment about what was bothering you and if something changed after the exercise. Now we are going to do the second exercise. We were just here at 30 degrees. Now we go all the way up so that the arms are vertical. Both arms. Take both arms vertically and approach a wall. And now choose the distance between your feet so that you already notice you can really lean on them. I think I would go a little further away from the wall.
Yes?
Yes, a little bit more. A little bit more. And the arms must be vertical. Really make sure that they are vertical, parallel, so to speak. And now, very important, get out of the hollow back and move with the upper end of the sternum against the wall. Otherwise, the arms should move backwards in the axis of the shoulder joint here. When you go into lordosis, you are essentially avoiding the stretch. Therefore, you must eliminate the hollow back and focus on the upper end of the sternum. Then you will immediately feel the strain in the shoulder. Correct? So now we start by stretching more and more and hold for a moment, stretch further in. By the way, if your main problem is shoulder pain, then click here later and you'll get a shoulder pain video with Liebscher Bracht exercises against it. The upper end of the sternum always runs further towards the wall. Attention lordosis, because the body wants to round here, because that is less strenuous than overextending there. Therefore, always pay attention again and again. Always check if you are out of the hollow back. That makes a difference, a big difference. That takes effort. And that's why the details, the specifics are super important. That's why it's also good that you always practice with the videos, because I keep saying things that you might otherwise easily forget. I have experienced this so often that patients mostly, came after a few months. I was shown the exercises and didn't recognize my exercises at all because they unintentionally gradually changed them. And that's why it's best to always practice with the videos. Then the timing is right, the load is right, the tension is right, everything is wonderful. And you have used your time well. So now we will do our strength training here. You stay as you are, out of the hollow back, out of the hollow back. Yes, you're already back in. That's the problem, you don't notice it. The body wants to get out, it wants to rest. Always the same. Now press as hard as possible against the wall with both hands. Press as hard as possible against the wall, really hard. And release the hollow back and continue with the upper end of the sternum. If you're doing it right, the exercise is much more annoying. You have to stop earlier when you're in the hollow back. You can go much further into the stretch, but it won't benefit you because you're avoiding it. You're doing a hollow back exercise that's supposed to be your shoulder exercise. And again, press against the wall, pressing really firmly against it, and then relax, avoid the hollow back. It's getting better now. I notice you are thinking all the time, do I have a hollow back or do I not have a hollow back? And that's how it should be. So, until everything is right, what the body has to achieve for that, it takes a while. Practice makes perfection. Okay? And then slowly go out. I showed you the exercise in the corner before. I'll show you now the exercise without a corner. You should definitely try it. And ta-da, this is our shoulder saver. I will show you briefly with Ina how it works. You're gripping in a way that you notice you're extending your arms fully from above, from this level, with the lumbar curvature where you shouldn't go in. Get out of the hollow back. Now we continue backwards, keep the arms straight, and there begins the exercise. Do you realize now you practice more, and at some point it happens, the arm moves backwards. And then you move forward, then you go into the next loop. You can adjust it as you like. Great exercise for the functionality of the shoulder. I would highly recommend it to you. And you can get a whole playlist of shoulder exercises there, and you can subscribe there if you haven't subscribed yet. Everyone should subscribe. Because you don't want to miss any good exercises, there may always be one that can help you a lot. So do it. We say goodbye. Goodbye,